Please subscribe to our channel. Hello guys. Please listen to the story Heart Full of Love. The Last Letter. In a small village nestled between misty hills and whispering forests, lived an old postman named Ravi. For over 40 years, he had delivered letters, cards, and telegrams to every doorstep. He didn't just carry mail, he carried emotions. Love, sorrow, joy, regret. He knew the villagers' lives better than they knew each other's, not by spying or gossip, but by quietly delivering pieces of their hearts. Ravi lived alone in a weathered cottage with a broken roof and a garden full of marigolds. His wife, Meera, had passed away decades ago, shortly after giving birth to their only son, Aryan. The boy had grown distant as he grew older, eventually moving to the city and cutting ties. Letters from Aryan stopped coming. Calls never came. Ravi still kept one drawer empty, just in case a letter arrived. Every morning, Ravi walked miles across the muddy trails and cobbled paths, even in the pouring rain or blistering heat. The villagers often asked him to retire, but he always replied with a gentle smile, "The heart never retires." One winter evening, Ravi returned home soaked, shivering, and weaker than usual. He sat by the fireplace and reached for a worn-out wooden box. Inside it were the letters Meera had written before her death, filled with dreams, lullabies, and stories for Aryan. That night, Ravi wrote a new letter. But it wasn't meant to be delivered. To my dearest Aryan. If you ever wonder whether your father stopped loving you, the answer is never. I look at every letter, hoping it's yours. I walk every path, hoping you'll come home. If you ever feel lost, remember your home is still here. I may not be here when you return, but my love will always wait for you. With all the love in the world. Papa. He placed it in an envelope and tucked it under Aryan's childhood pillow. The next morning, Ravi didn't wake up. The villagers mourned deeply. At his funeral, everyone shared stories, how Ravi had delivered wedding invitations with teary eyes, how he'd carried the news of a new baby with unmatched joy. How he'd helped an old widow read a letter from her son who couldn't return for years. A week later, a stranger arrived in the village. Dressed in city clothes, with tired eyes and trembling hands, it was Aryan. He had found the letter. While cleaning out his office, he had stumbled upon an old drawer filled with unopened letters from his father. In his selfish desire to escape the pain of his mother's death, Aryan had pushed his father away, and the unopened letters were evidence of all the love he had refused. When he entered his old home, silence wrapped around him like a familiar blanket. On his childhood bed, under his pillow, was the last letter. Aryan fell to his knees, clutching it, sobbing like a child who had lost his world. That evening, Aryan did something he hadn't done in years. He picked up a pen. Dear Papa. I'm sorry it took me so long. I came home. I only wish you'd still been waiting at the door. But I felt you everywhere, in the marigolds, in the smell of old letters, in the creak of the floorboards. I will live the rest of my life trying to deserve the love you never stopped giving. Your son. Aryan. Years passed. Aryan stayed in the village. He became the new postman, delivering not just letters, but kindness, just like his father. And on every birthday, he wrote a letter and placed it under his pillow. For a father who no longer needed to read them, but who surely smiled from wherever he was. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel.